Beautiful Ukrainian single moms, what to do if father says child cannot leave Ukraine? Single moms trapped in Ukraine. What if the father says no, the child cannot leave Ukraine? Imagine this, guys. You are one of the lucky ones. Despite all the odds, you come to Ukraine, you meet her, and you fall in love with your beautiful Ukrainian lady. And you fall in love with her child too. Finally, at last, you are happy. You have your happy family unit and you ready to bring her back to America. Now, imagine what happens if the biological father says, no, you cannot take my child from Ukraine. I will not simply allow it. Can you imagine the panic both you and your lady would feel? Like you trapped in different worlds apart from each other, horrified at the thought that maybe you will never be together again. Well, I have some bad news for you guys, but with silver lining. Under Ukraine law, there are situations where the mother is literally trapped with her child in Ukraine and cannot leave the country, even with her husband to go home to America. In this video, I have taken a very serious and in-depth investigative approach to finding the potential solution to this heartbreaking problem you might encounter in Ukraine, so you'll at least know what you are up against. I have not only asked Ukrainian lawyers for possible solutions to this nightmare problem, but I have also dug deep to find, let us call, out of the box solutions, which is what we do in Ukraine when the law let us down. And I will reveal all those options to you in this video. This is a content you simply will not find anywhere else. In fact, from the sheer lack of information, it seems agencies want this horrific issue buried. But I feel it's critical you know the truth about what you're up against if you fall in love with single Ukrainian mom in Ukraine. Stay with us, guys, and if you're dating and planning to marry a beautiful Ukrainian single mom, as information is power, so get informed today so you won't fall victim and let her ex ruin your future. Today we're gonna cover, guys, number one, the rules and Ukrainian law of moving kids abroad when you can and when you cannot actually. Number two, the documents you'll need crossing the border with the child. And number three, the circumstances which can help you and which can be problematic in your situation. Number four, legal solution options. And number five, creative solutions, as we call them in Ukraine. Hello, everyone, guys. I'm really happy to see all of you today. Thanks for joining me on this dramatic topic. Okay, I want also to say Happy Christmas to all of you, and I wish you all the best and to find your real love, guys, whenever she lives. Love can move the mountains, so I hope you will find this big and great love that can move away all problems and all barriers on your way to happiness. So thanks for joining me today. Don't forget, guys, to like our episodes. Also, to sign up with our channel by simply clicking notification bell button, subscribe button in the lower right of the screen. So that's very important. So please do me this favor as always. And don't forget that we meet with you actually every Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern time, as always. So you're free to ask your questions when I will finish with my information here in this chat box, or just if you miss this live episode, you are always welcome to watch it later and to leave your comments below under the video. Guys, also don't forget, if you haven't gone yet on our Instagram channel, so you really need to do that, just go to @matchguarantee, no space in between, spelled with a Y. And remember, every Saturday we have a winner of free contact information from the girls on Instagram that is under highlight section. But remember, you can win only on Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern time, and the winner will be announced on Instagram. But guys, today I want to let you know that we have our winner, the winner of this week. 1 second, I will show you. Hope you see, everyone. The name of the winner is Juan Carlos. So, guys, we are doing this, okay, like this. Okay, hope you see. Juan Carlos, you are the winner today, this week. Okay, so you will get free information, contact information of the lady in the highlights of our Instagram channel. So, guys, don't miss this chance. And I want to let you know that we decide to do a second winner also this week. So the condition is simple. You need to call our Seattle number 1206-801-1371, as always. And the first guy who will reach us out or will connect us, he will be the winner. That's very simple condition, okay? But please don't call right now, guys. I will give you a sign. I will let you know when to call. Actually, it will be at the end of our live broadcast. So please be patient, but at the same time, be ready, okay? Be ready to win this contact information of one of our beautiful ladies on our Instagram channel. So hello, everyone, guys who join us today. I see directly Tracy, everybody. Nice to see. Happy Christmas to all of you guys. And today we are discussing very interesting and serious topic, and I think it will be quite informative for you. So be attentive, make notes maybe, but you can always watch it later if you need some details to write it down for you to make notes. Okay, so let's get back to our topic. And this topic can be sometimes even very painful. So what really you can do if the biological father says no and the child cannot leave Ukraine? That's not a secret that most foreign men are looking for beautiful Ukrainian women to get married with. And it's a well-known fact that the wisest men choose more adult women, experienced and mature. So who actually knows already what she wants and what she's looking for. And of course, guys, that's quite reasonable that majority of all these women are not young girls, and most of them already are above their 30s. And so you can ask me, what does it mean? It means, guys, that most women you choose here in Ukraine are divorced or single moms. But have you ever thought that it can cause any problems? Or you just think it's enough just to win her heart, the heart of Ukrainian beauty, and that's it? No, guys, here can be the biggest issue which actually can ruin all your plans and all your happy future. The biological father of the kid can say no, and the woman then cannot take her child abroad to any country. How really big is this problem, and what you can do actually in case of father's rejection? That's the main points we're going to discuss with you today. The situation can be really dramatic, and not all of you think about this beforehand when you actually just starting dating or starting corresponding online with your lady. That's understandable, because even if you are aware you are dating with a single mom and you are absolutely okay and you're fine to adopt or to treat your child as your own in the future, anyway, you're not going to raise this question until you're completely sure she's the only one for you, and actually you want to marry just her. And I can understand, but in vain. My first advice in this situation will be to ask her, even at the beginning of your relationship, what's actually the status now of the biological father of her child or children. We don't know how many she can have, okay? So even if you think that question is not polite, guys, that doesn't actually matter. Ask. That's very important to know about these issues beforehand. So just ask to be aware what issues you can meet and how much efforts you need to invest in the worst case. Always remember, guys, if the child crosses the board, the mom always must have notarized permission of the biological father, in which should be mentioned country of destination and terms of the trip. That's very important. No matter what, they're divorced or don't live together or they are not in official marriage, always women will need this notarized permission to cross the board with the child. So let's see, first of all, the situations where you mustn't be scared so much and everything will be okay, like easy, simple, just standard procedure, okay? So the child can leave Ukraine without father's permission in cases. Case number one, the biological father is a foreigner or the person without any citizenship, and he is not actually in Ukraine right now or doesn't live here. In this case, guys, that's perfect news, and I will get back to this issue later in our live broadcast, and I will explain you why. Because we have a new law which became active since August 2019, and that's a great news for a lot of women who actually was married with the foreign guys, okay? Or maybe if the guy doesn't live in Ukraine, he's a citizenship of some other country, or actually he doesn't have any citizenship. So in this case, no problem right now, but we will get back to this point later on with more details, okay? Number two situation, the woman has a confirmation that the biological father has a child support debt more than 4 months. Guys, that's also a great news, because before it wasn't like this. That's a new law which government provide to support moms who want to go to treatment, to some international contests, to have some vacation, a holiday, and actually moms didn't have this chance. So now we have this chance. But what does it mean? Actually, it means if the father doesn't pay alimony for more than 4 months, and woman has the paper confirming this, so she need actually to go to the specific establishment to get this proof, to get this paper. And that's not difficult, that's not a problem to get this paper if it's really like this. So if the father has been paying, for example, for you to understand the better, if the father was paying the alimony last 4 months in this year, okay, before suggested trip, so that doesn't mean anything. Authorities take into consideration the summary of debt. So let's say he didn't pay last year for 2 months, and the previous year maybe 1 month also, and 1 year before also 1 month. So the debt will be considered as total 4 months for his not paying this financial support to his child. And I can tell you that's a great chance, because majority of Ukrainian dads trying to avoid paying alimony. So in this case, if you got woman like this in this situation, that's a happy chance for you and for her to be together without any specific issues. Okay. Number three, the woman is a widow. That's understandable. In this case, woman just provides the death certificate of the man, and that's it. So in this case, she just needs to have this certain standard set of documents, and which she actually need to move abroad. And so you don't have anything to worry about if your woman is a widow and she has a child. So don't worry about that. Number four situation, the woman wasn't married, or even if she was married, her ex-husband wasn't the biological father of the child. Besides, there are some cases in Ukraine that woman gives birth to a child even without not letting know the father he actually became a father, or the father rejected to marry the woman, or doesn't want to participate in their life. That's a common case here in Ukraine. Sometimes like not long-term relationship, like one night relationship, boss and the secretary. So the guy is married, and then the woman got pregnant. The guy just say, oh, no, that's not my child. Or they divorced, they split it, okay? And woman just decided not to let him know. So she's just single mom as a fact and officially. So she's a registered single mom. What means that actually means in the birth certificate of the child there stands no info about father. Just it can be like a blank place, okay? So no information in the place where should stand father's information, or she can give any name, even virtual one. And it will be mentioned in these documents, like the data about the father were recorded by the mother's words. So actually means no officially registered father. But she must have the paper, of course, proving this from the specific establishment, confirming her status of single mom. Usually women can take this document at the specific place where we get our birth certificates. So when she come to register child, and it should be not later than the child is 1 month old, okay? So when they write down, you bring the passport of mom and dad, but if you don't have dad, so you just say you can use any name, Jones Richardson, Andrew Nikolaev, whatever. She can even give the name of her own father just to put some specific name. But actually, that's understandable. And there is a mentioning that this information is mentioned just by the mother's words. So actually, it's understandable. She doesn't have official husband, and the child doesn't have officially registered father. In this case, you're lucky. You don't need nothing specific. So she just take these documents as a proof. She show at the customs, and that's it. Okay, clear with this situation. Number 5 situation, guys, the woman has court decision already letting her to take child abroad from Ukraine. And it's very important issue regarding this court decision. There must be mentioned that court decided mother's house as a place of living for kid. Sometimes after divorce, court decision just claims people divorced already, put stamp, and that's it. But nothing mentions about where will live the child, because nobody want to prevent future issues, and nobody understand what actually can happen in the future. Maybe woman didn't have plans to move abroad. Maybe she never have plan to find a foreign husband. Maybe she doesn't have money to have a trip abroad. So nobody just pay attention, and the court never ask if she needs this fact to be mentioned. So in this case, guys, if you will talk regarding these topics, ask your woman if the court decision claims that the mother's house is the place, proved place for living kid. So, and otherwise, if it's not mentioning there, woman needs to prove that the child lives with her all the time. A special service, like a commission, group of people, will come to her house, check all conditions, where child is living, if she has stuff for kids, furniture, specific place for doing home tasks like separate table, separate place for clothes, enough clothes, even food in the refrigerator. So you won't believe, but this system in Ukraine works very hard and can make a lot of problems. This commission always will talk to neighbors, to some people in the neighborhood, some friends, will call some relatives, will go to school, hospital, governmental hospital, local, I mean, and even talk to school authorities if they ever saw the father coming to school, maybe to parental meeting, or maybe to some concerts of the child, or the father comes and pay some needs, school needs. So actually, it means if school authorities knows the father face to face, and they know he participate in kids' life. So that's very important, can be an issue. But actually, if the woman has this document already, then great. You don't need to worry about. Number 6, guys, the court decided another parent, like ex-husband or father, biological father, being disabled. Of course, can be something like this, like invalid, handicapped, or something. So he cannot support the child, cannot be responsible, and of course, he cannot make any decisions about child's future and what is best for him. So the person can be also missing somewhere or lost, without any information. So actually, nobody knows where he is. And also, if she has the court decision about deprivation of parental rights, also, you don't know, maybe your woman in this situation. So if she has this document, and how she can get actually this document, deprivation of parental rights, it means father doesn't participate in child's life and never pay alimony. So the woman just go to the court, claim this fact. It will take some time, not quickly, not fast, sometimes up to few months, okay? And then the court make a decision about deprivation of parental rights. So if the woman has this paper, no problem, absolutely. Father cannot decide anything, and the woman can easily move abroad or whenever she wants. Okay, and number 7 situation, the last one, the best, of course, option. If the father, biological father, says yes voluntarily. But guys, if I were you, or if I were in your shoes, I would never hope for this option. In Ukraine, it's more exception than a rule due to some principles, due to character of Ukrainian men and Ukrainian husbands. So but sometimes it happens. Why not? So don't forget that there are also some extra expensive expenses for kids documents. So if you invite in a single mom with the child, so don't forget you will need to pay more because she's taken with her child. So the child needs always foreign passport. Before, it was okay if the child was just registered in mom's foreign passport. Right now, if it's still valid, it can be okay just for short trip, but not for permanent living, okay, or not for moving to another country, for being there constantly. So every child needs to have his own separate personal foreign passport. And don't forget, for the kids, this passport usually valid 4 years till the age of 16. After 16, it's valid for 10 years. So that's very important. That's not too much expensive. It can be around $50 to get it, and it will take from 1 week up to 3 weeks to get it. So that's not a problem. And woman must show only when she crosses the borders at the airport. That's very important. Remind her, maybe in panic she can forget. She need to provide only original documents, including birth certificate, all these court's decisions, all these papers that the kid lives with her, that the father doesn't pay alimony. All these documents should be only in original way, no copies. Because even if all the package of documents will be okay and fine and done absolutely correctly, if she show the copy at the customs, she will get back with her child, so the child won't be allowed to cross the border. Okay, guys, so that's understandable. And actually, guys, good news. Since 29th August, I mentioned above, 2019, and so this finishing year, travel abroad with the child for the period of time not more than 1 month is possible with the parent with whom actually the child constantly lives. So besides the necessary condition for the child crossing the border together with mother is the court decision or guardianship authority on permanent living with mother. So in case she want to go to see you, or you invite her just for vacation, or to see the place where you live before making the final decision to get married, sometimes it can happen. Of course, with America, guys, it's quite problematic because it's too far and too expensive. But if we are talking about European countries, so not so far, of course, the woman with child can travel a lot and even few times to see the culture, to see the climate, to see the place, to see the house, to see the lifestyle of future husband, to see how will be the connection between husband and the child. So this trip cannot be longer than 1 month, and the necessary condition I will mention now. So actually, she doesn't need the permission of biological father, no matter what. No matter what. If his citizenship of Ukraine, if not, if he pay alimony or not, doesn't matter. So if the woman has proven, documented, the child lives constantly with her, so she's taking responsibility completely on the child, and she's going to travel not more than 1 month, that's okay. She doesn't need any more permission from biological father. And very important issue in this moment, before trip, mother must inform the father about future trip by sending him an official letter with notification. And she must have proofs. Not everybody knows about this, so make notes if you need. So she must have proofs not only about her sending this letter to him, but also about receiving the letter by the father. So actually, it must be notification letter with mentioning the place of destination and terms of trip. Like 1 month before, not of course when she left the country, she need to send him letter. Hello, Andrew. I want to let you know that me and our daughter Natalia, we are going to Denmark, let's say for a couple of weeks to have a vacation, or we are going to participate in some dance international contest, whatever. So I want to let you know we're going to Denmark, city, blah, 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 terms, the date of leaving, the date of coming. So all this needs to be mentioned. And of course, she needs to have these papers like receipts that she sent this letter with notification. And actually, when the father gets it, he makes the signature that he received this letter. And the postman will bring this receipt with his signature to her. So she needs to show that at the customs at the airport, guys. Be aware. That's not difficult, but you need to know about these small things in order not to have the problems. If even if she has all necessary documents, but if she doesn't have these small receipts, it can be a problem. But in case she has, okay, you're free to fly. Okay, so sometimes can be the situation that the father refuses to get the letter. Don't open the door for the postman, or the postman just cannot find him. And the woman in this case also has to go to court, and she need to inform the court about the situation, like, I want to go for vacation with my child, and I sent notification letter to my ex-husband, but he didn't receive, or he's avoiding receiving this letter, so he didn't put his signature. So what should I do? And we need to go. Okay, then court see what he can do, and then make a stamp, and the woman will have this paper that she can go. But of course it will take some time, so think about this beforehand, not the last moment, because the court, it's not the fast deal in Ukraine, and corrupted one. So we will mention these two later. So guys, such conditions which I mentioned before, you can use if you invite your woman with child for vacation, to see you, to see how relations in between you and the child before final decision. But that's easy. Of course, with American people can be a little bit different due to long distance and quite a long trip and very expensive. But maybe, who knows, if you can afford it, why not? So remember, the trip won't last more than 1 month, not longer than 1 month. And the woman at the customs needs to prove she will come back in a month. So what she can do actually to prove? She can show back tickets and maybe agreement for reserved apartment or booking the hotel. So if you show this voucher, for booking hotel and back ticket, so that's fine, it's okay, she can understand. But in this situation, sometimes people can do illegally. So yes, sometimes it's better to lose booking hotel and to lose back tickets, but just to move to the country and hide it, just disappear. But that's not the best way. We will talk about that also. And all these important, very important issues. And if everything prepared correctly, so you won't have any issues with that. So, guys, even if you're not sure still about your plans regarding this certain specific woman who has a child or children, or maybe few children, you never know, it wouldn't be extra to ask her in advance, where is their father? Does he support them financially on regular basis? How often he communicates with them? And what kind of relationship the woman and her ex actually have now? So, in this case, if you ask her these questions, and if she give you an answer, he's not paying regularly. Sometimes he give us some money. Sometimes maybe he brings us some food. Sometimes he can buy some clothes for kids. Or sometimes we have an agreement, he pays for school or kindergarten, or he pays for our apartment expenses. that doesn't take into consideration in the court. It must be officially paid every month, specific amount set up by the government. She needs to get these all receipts, all her signatures that she got this money, and actually that's how it works here. And don't ask too much, of course, because especially if you are at the beginning of relationship, but you can have some questions to have a general idea, to make a future plan in case everything is fine, what we should do, and when we should start to prepare these documents, when we should start to worry about. Maybe we need to go to court. Then you need to understand you need like 6 months before maybe planned trip to get all documents ready. So don't forget about this. And you can ask all these questions quite politely. It's not like you try to dig something, just routine conversation regarding the topic, just not to scare your woman away. Okay. Hope you understand. So, guys, we clarified now with you how actually the child can be taken abroad by mom without two big problems. And you have now main idea how to be prepared for future issues. And now let's see the worst way. If really the biological father says no. And this no can be of two reasons. So the first one is the man still loves his ex-wife and hopes to be again together with her in the future, or he loves his child too much. He always supports him financially, meets him on regular basis, pays attention, participates in his life. He is actually a very good father who takes care about his child. And this reason, guys, is quite understandable. Just put yourself in his shoes. But I can tell you, with such fathers, like really good Ukrainian fathers, you can meet much less problems when with jerks who said no, because just want to take a revenge on his ex-wife to spoil her future. And believe me, these people, they actually don't care about child. They don't care about their future, how they live and what they need. So they just think about their man's ego, which hurts. Okay. So he will do everything. He's ready for every shit just to spoil her life. So be ready for that. And all it depends how they divorced, what kind of relationship they have now. The good father probably wouldn't even mind child's leaving the country, because the child can have better future and better education, get a new chance to live in a good and well-developed country. So the wise person will understand, okay, we don't live with mom, but my son or my daughter will have a great chance in a good and better country. Why just to make these problems, to make these barriers, especially if the woman promised him to send sometimes maybe child for vacation, to give them a chance and opportunity to communicate on Viber or on Skype how much they want actually. If there's any issues, the good and real father who really cares about his child may say yes. But that's more an exception, unfortunately, here in Ukraine. So this good father, he will actually sacrifice his own feeling just not to make the child a victim, okay? And let's see what you can do if the father says no, and if there is a chance to do actually something to get your beautiful Ukrainian woman together with her child to your country. There are 4 main ways of solution of this problem. Number 1, and the court. Of course, it will take a longer time. You should understand it. And not always women can win. It all depends on conditions, on every unique specific situation. So court, believe me, will check everything before making the final decision. If the father works, if the mother works, how much earns the father, how much earns the mother, where they work, what position they get, how much he spent time with his kid, recommendation letters from the place of working, witnesses, neighbors, mutual friends of her and or of him will be asked about his and her attitude to child, how much he spend time with the child, how often he comes to them or take maybe the child to his place to spend time with him. So how often even he gives presents, and if he pays extra sometimes for his hobbies, for medical care, maybe the child is with a special need and mom understood abroad she will have much better chance to treat her child better on a higher level of medical care. And all these will be taken into consideration by court. And all these facts will be considered by court to give the final decision. So if all mentioned above will be against the father, the court will give positive decision to mom, of course, and child can leave Ukraine without then father's permission. So don't forget, Ukraine is a greatly corrupted country still, and I think will be always, but maybe 20, 30, 40 years still it will be like this. So actually in Ukraine works the system who pays that wins, and you need to be aware about that. So if the father is a businessman, you can imagine with the good connections, he can do a lot. He can even prove that the mother is mentally insane, whatever. So if he pays, if he decide to pay, and if he has a good lawyer, so you understand the result at the end of the day of all this court deal can be not good for mother. So if mom doesn't let the father to see the child, to meet him, the father instead also can go to the court for setting up the certain schedule of meeting the child. And if he has such a court decision, if the father will be able to get this court decision actually, he can even inform the customs, given all necessary info, names, dates, and whatever he needs, that he's against his kids leaving the country, and customs will take it into consideration and will not let the child cross the border. So when usually in Ukraine the mom starts to fight for the rights for the child, for total rights. I mean, she makes all decisions by herself. She can travel with him without asking him permission. The father, if he has some power, like financial power, he can do also something like start answering back, and it all depends. And this fight can be quite long. It can last for years, guys, from starting from 6 months up to 1, 2, 3 years. So if everything is clear, the father is not good father, okay, and all facts against him, and all facts just on the side of mother, everything is good, then maybe like 6 months and final decision will be done. But if the father is absolutely against and wants to make a problem and has finances, so it can be an issue. So, and you need to be prepared for that. Situation number 2, guys, buyout or repayment, as I called it. So actually, to my mind, that's the easiest and the fastest way to get your woman with child there, but unfortunately the most expensive. Be aware, we are not talking about $200, okay? That can be thousands of dollars. And talking about this way of solution, I can give you an example of my former schoolmate. Especially for this live broadcast, I contacted her. She moved to America 6 months ago. She already got married, and she took 2 kids from her ex-husband. 2 boys. One is around 9 years, and the older guy is about 15 years old. So the father's permission cost a car for her to get his yes, and a freedom of alimony. So she was lucky because he found another woman, her ex-husband found another woman at that time. So he wasn't so much, concentrated on taking a revenge. So this story had a happy end, but you need to know, I know some stories and I talked to some ladies, sometimes the cost was about even $10,000. I don't want to scare you guys. So That doesn't mean you shouldn't try with single moms, but you should know it in advance, think twice, and try to clarify situation with single mom as soon as you can, because it can really cost you money. But paying money, if you're able to pay and if you can afford this to you, that's the easiest way. So they can just he really, the person, you should understand, the person who is ready to get payment and to give this notarized permission to leave the country actually doesn't care absolutely about the child, his destiny and his health and his future life. So no matter, but he just want to get this profit. And uh, as soon as a man, Ukrainian men, I mean bad ones, okay? And as soon as they hear the woman is going to marry foreign men, the appetites start to increase. So be ready to pay or to wait for about a year or maybe 2, maybe 3, until all these court procedures will be over. In Ukraine, it can take really a long time, and you will lose a lot of your nerve cells. So maybe sometimes it's better to pay to give him what he wants, and just to get your woman and the child. That's it. So, but that's up to you to decide. But that's real situation, that's real life, and you need to be aware. Number 3, guys, stealing child. Yes, the worst option to my mind. Not legal, and in most cases can have bad circumstances, not circumstances, bad influence in the future. And it will be for sure. Even if your woman is ready to try this option, don't let her do it, never, ever, and never agree for that. In the future, all this can turn against you and your woman, and you will have much, much, much bigger problems. And I know the cases. One of my friend, she wanted not to move to the country, but she wanted just to have a trip, and her ex-father, who was a policeman, actually was absolutely against, because he didn't trust the woman and he understood maybe she has another man there and she want to meet with him, and he didn't want actually his son to meet another man. So he didn't give this permission. So what she did, she went to the lawyer, just paid extra, okay, not small money, but paid extra, just make the fake signature of the father, show this at the customs, and went away. And that's fine. That can work. Really, really, that's the easiest way. But at the end of the day, when the father see the mom doesn't come back, time flies, and he doesn't contact them, and he doesn't have communication with her, and so he doesn't know actually what's going on. He can go to police. And of course, when police will start to dig, and they will find the information at the customs that really woman crossed the border with notarized permission, and they have copy usually, so they will go to lawyer, check, and all this. Oh my god. And of course, believe me, for stealing kids, they will find your woman and you will have a lot of problems. So no matter what, guys, no matter how much you fall in love with your woman, no matter how much you want her next to you, and no matter how much it seems to you absolutely impossible, don't do it, because it can be like, it can be like a crime, and it can be punishment, big punishment for making a crime. So never agree for this, okay? And number 4, guys, for me, maybe it's even worse than to steal the child, because when you steal the child, you will have some problems, big problems, okay? But that's understandable when the woman may want this way, okay, to use this kind of solution. But number 4, leaving the child in Ukraine until the problem will be solved. Personally, for me, I don't understand the woman which can do this. For you, it should be also the red flag if the woman is ready to sacrifice her child for her new man. You should understand, normal woman, good father, will never leave the child in her motherland just to be with a new man. I know a lot of situations when Ukrainian women do like this, but that's not the best option. Mhm. Okay, sorry for interruption, guys. So, but sometimes women can do like this, and that's not so rare case as you may think. So the child will stay with granny, and mom will send money to support them financially. But the child is a victim in this situation, and it's very painful. And you can imagine how much it will hurt the child. And of course I think to some extent your woman, because she also will suffer, and you can never be again knowing that the child is staying there without mom, for how long and how big period of time, until he's 16 and may decide by himself, or until he's 18 and can go abroad freely without any permissions. So guys, just that's not good and not the best way. And I want to mention also about K1 visa shortly for brides with kids. So be ready to pay not only for the bride herself, but for her child as well. So the cost doesn't depend actually if it's a child or an adult person. The child needs to have medical report, same as an adult person, and should have all vaccines, including Mantoux test. So you know this. This medical report costs around $215, if I'm not mistaken. But coming for interview, don't forget, when you're in the process of doing K1 visa, and when the woman is have an appointment for coming for interview, she should provide already on that stage the permission from biological father that he is not against the child's leaving the country. If he doesn't have this permission at the moment of interview, nobody will let her go. So of course, and she will not be allowed to cross the borders. So guys, also I would like to mention that the same situation practically was with me. I was a victim myself, because I was married with a foreign man the first time, my first marriage, and we start to have this problem until we got married. I wanted to visit my Polish girlfriend, my best friend, and my ex-husband knew her personally, and he knew her like for a few years. She was even present at our wedding. But when I asked that I want to go to Poland with my child, he didn't give me this father's permission. So I don't want to get into too much details, but it cost me practically 1 year to get divorced and to get I never could get permission from him. So my child, my elder daughter, is a victim. We missed actually some very important chances to go for international dance competition because she was at dance school. And when we needed, he never gave it. So that's fine. But due to new law, I just explained you above, in August of this year, now I have this chance and we can travel with her without any permission. First of all, he's a foreigner. He doesn't live in Ukraine. Second, he never pays alimony. So I don't need to ask anyone and to send any notification letter. Maybe I will need to send him notification letter, but that's another story. So guys, you understand the main idea. So that's not like situation which cannot be solved, but really you can meet some problems. It all depends on personal situation and all conditions. Be ready to spend much more money in case you're dating with single mom here in Ukraine, and be aware about all possible issues in advance. The real happiness, can be worth all efforts and expenses if it's really your woman and you are sure that's your woman and you feel it's your destiny. So don't be scared, please, to date single moms, because from another point of view, you have much more chances here with them than with shallow-minded young adventurers and explorers. So good luck, guys, and be careful regarding these moments. Guys, I want to let you know that now you can start calling us, our Seattle number. So, and you can try your chance and your luckiness. Okay, I guess you see this number and you may try to reach us out. Okay, and who will get who will get the connection with us. The first, he will be the winner. The number is, I will remind you, 1206-801-1371. So guys, try not to miss this chance. You will get one personal information of one lady from the highlights on our Instagram channel. Okay, so I'm waiting for your calls. Ready, steady, go. Come on, guys. Okay, and okay, we got no, not yet. Okay, guys. So, guys, I see we don't have too much time with you today. Maybe like 12 minutes we have left. I would like to see the questions until you're trying to reach me out. Okay. And you see, the topic is quite serious, and the preparation was quite serious because I talked to many lawyers and dig out all the information, talk to people, just to have the main idea to share with you. But guys, don't be scared. Single mom is a great opportunity for you. They are more flexible, they are more wise. They just want to have a better future just for kids, not even for herself, but just for kids. And believe me, if you can be a good father for her child, she will do everything for you because she is ready for everything, just to see a happy smile on a child's face. That's about every normal mom, I think, all over the world. So guys, don't miss your chance to win. Okay, I can remind you once again our Seattle number, 1206-801-1371. Don't be scared, please. And we got the call. Okay, 1 second. Hello, it's Vita. Hello. Hello, yes. Yes, it's Vita. Nice to meet you. What's your name? Sorry, once again, please. 1 second. Okay. Sorry, I'm sorry. I just make the speakerphone louder. Can you repeat your name, please, that I can hear it clearly?
Captain Cisco.
Okay, great. So we have our winner, guys. I'm very happy you got connected with us. Okay, and our manager will contact you with all details of this contest and with all information you need to know. Okay, just after this live episode. And thanks for reaching us. Okay, and I wish you happy New Year, and hope to see you soon. Okay.
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 At what time is it in Ukraine?
In Ukraine now it's 6 p.m. 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, 9 minutes to 6. 9 minutes to 6. So it's about 6 p.m.
It's 10:47 here.
Okay.
In United States.
Okay, great. Okay, then I'm sorry. I have to continue my live broadcast. Okay, I will give the phone to our administrator and she will give you all information. Okay, 1 second. Hold on. Okay. Okay, guys, so you see, you don't need to be scared. So somebody just win the personal information of one of beautiful ladies on our Instagram page, just under the highlights. Okay, and you can try your luck. So we have one from the morning. I just announced him, one Carlos, sorry, and just one more man right now. So guys, until I have like around 10 minutes, I would like to see if we have some questions. Until I'm looking for questions, don't forget to like our episodes, because you see, I'm doing a great job, especially for you, to help you. And maybe today's topic is not so not so funny, not so enjoyable, but it's quite serious, and I thought you'd better know the truth. Okay, so Minsoup, looking good, Vita. Thanks. Yeah, I wanted to wear today like Christmas style pullover, guys. Really, it was my dream. I was thinking about this last year, and I was thinking about this year. But the topic was quite serious, and I was thinking I would look a little bit weird, talking about such serious and bad things, sitting in this bright Christmas pullover. But next time, our next Saturday, it will be still New Year time, New Year period. I will put it on me and you can enjoy me in Christmas style. Okay, hope you will like it, because some guy told me I was wearing some old style or old fashioned pullover. I think you will like this one. Okay. Yes, Derek, I see. I was happy to see you. Thanks for joining us. Global Bloodstock. Happy Christmas. How was the date with your lady? How was your visit to Sumi? You need to share. I'm all ears to see your story. Was it successful? When we go in to join your wedding, when we see the beautiful da pictures of your lady, and so share with us. We are all curious here. We were waiting, we were worrying for you how it was, and you can share your idea, by the way, about Sumi, because not every guy coming to Sumi. Majority of men try to come to Odessa, Kiev, Lviv, Nikolaev, Zaporozhye, Kharkiv, all these big cities, but not so many guys visited Sumy. So tell your idea. What do you think about Sumy? Did you like it? How you find people and whatever? Uh-huh. Guys, so if you have some Rodney, some questions regarding this topic, or anyone regarding a relationship with Ukrainian lady, you're welcome to ask. Global Bloodstock back in UK, but wishing I was in rainy Sumy. Yes, we still have rain, by the way, but we will have some frost after New Year. Yeah, this winter is really something weird. Airborne ranger in the USA, the same situation exists. Either parent can know a passport foreign travel. Yes, Rodney. Hi, global best wishes. Vox Holtz. This is why I try to avoid single mothers and go for women without kids. But you never know, you never know, and you can never know in advance. Sometimes maybe you really like the woman, but you never know if she has kids. And then she asks, it's too late, you fall in love. Can be like this. And some women can hide the fact they have kids in order not to scare you away. So, uh, God knows what can happen. Maybe the guys who is trying to avoid women with kids will get women with kids. Mhm. Derek, wait, why is my comment gone? I don't know what comment. We didn't delete anything and didn't touch nothing. So, mhm. Mary, I want to move to Ukraine and marry Ukrainian girl. However, I don't want kids. In general, in the future, also, that can be an issue. Practically all Ukrainian women, they want kids. We don't have too much this child-free movement. 99% of healthy women, they want kids. So if you don't want kids from your ex, that's understandable, of course, and quite reasonable. But if you don't want even in the future, that can be problematic a little bit. Hot monster. I married a Ukrainian woman and it has been the best of all experiences. Great. You can share with us what features you like in her, what you find her, in what way you find her special, why she makes you so happy. I think for every guy will be so interesting to hear this, especially if you married already, and from what country you are from. But some of them are real devils, mostly the younger ones. Exactly. So take care of younger girls. Mark, Vita, not to flatter you, but you really give wonderful advice. I hope, guys, this information I was collecting, and I was trying to give it like on a serious background, so you understand all the issues, all documents you need to have, and even some you see specific moments. Then even when you cross the borders, you should give only originals, because personally I even didn't know this. I thought copy it's quite okay, because this even notarized copy is not good. So just original. So yes, it was very I think very interesting, not only for you but for me as well, because that's topic also quite relevant for me personally. Hmm. She's now 47. We have been married for 7 years. Great. She's from Nikolaev. Hmm. Okay, guys. Fernando Ramos, greetings from California. Greetings from Sumi. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Guys. Stream came out and just absolutely been uh-huh. Guys, I'm sorry, just because I see we have just 2 minutes. But I don't see you are just, I see you're communicating. Can you tell me something for free, like a girl for marriage, something like, we don't have any specific questions. George, is Skype used there easy? Yes, everybody has Skype. That's not a problem. If your woman tell you she doesn't have, don't believe her. That's lie. Everybody, but that's not easy even to open an account. If the person doesn't need, I don't know. I have my Skype for already like maybe 20 years, 20 years. Okay, so it's not so easy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So guys, I want to say, yes, appetite will increase when the man will hear she's going to marry foreign guy, because every Ukrainian person thinks foreign guy has a lot of money, and if he wants my woman, he needs to pay for that. So, but that's actually, yeah, we mentioned the points for somebody for whom is really relevant now. If you're dating now, single mom, if you're planning or preparing for some trip, so you can watch it once again, step by step, making pause and making even some notes, because I think I mentioned all what you need to know, really. So you don't need to look for some other information after this, just point by point, all documents. But woman, of course, she needs to know where to go to specific state establishments to get all these necessary proofs, all these documents, without not paying alimony, where to go to court, where to go to the specific commission which can prove the child lives only with mom. So this she knows the name, because if I give you the name of these establishments, it won't sounds like reasonable for you. You won't understand anyway, because the names of these places, official places, they're different between your country and ours. So actually, guys, I want to ask you one more time, please like our episodes and subscribe to our channel by simply clicking subscribe button in the lower right of the screen, not to miss our live episodes. We are going to meet with you next Saturday again, 10 a.m. Eastern time, as always. Okay, so please join me that time. I hope everybody will have a lot of fun, a lot of happiness, and nice mood, a lot of smiles and presence, and a lot of warm and lovely communication with your partners, with your couples, so with your future wives, or maybe your girlfriends. Or if you don't have someone still, I hope you will find soon. And 2020 will be happy for you. I wish I could be with you here on New Year night, just to drink champagne, the glass of champagne with you. But I think we can do it next Saturday. Okay, so we will still have this nice celebrating mood, because in Ukraine we have a lot of days off. For kids in school now, we started vacation, and it will be just more than 2 weeks, starting from 27, if I'm not mistaken, up to 13 January. So kids are at home, kindergarten's closed, schools are closed as well. So wish all of you nice Christmas, happy new year. See you next year, guys, 2020, Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Love all of you and wish you all the best from my heart. So if you need some information, if you want to give me some topic you would like to be discussed with me, please leave in the comments below after watching the video. So I will read all your comments. I know what you are talking about, and all what you are discussing. I will be happy to know what is interesting for you in the next year. Okay, and I will be gladly presenting the information for you which I can share. Okay, guys, love all of you. Happy New Year, and see you next Saturday. Bye bye. Have a great weekends and holiday days. Bye bye.